Thank you. Mr. Rooney.
I signed the repeal and replace pledge as well, and you can't be naive. Our president is President Obama until 2012. Luckily, the bill doesn't get fully implemented until 2014. So in the meantime, we have to fix what is clearly broken within the system. One thing that is coming out soon is the fact that any small business owner that does business with another business, business to business, will, anything over $600, you have to fill out a 1099 form. You know, that's just a way to get to a value-added tax in the future. It's going to be a nightmare. Any traveling salesman that fills up gas at Mobil that over the years spends $600 on gas is going to have to get a 1099 form from Mobil. This is in the healthcare bill. So that needs to be changed. You need to work to repeal it and once we get a new president in 2012, and we have time to be able to do that. And then instead of the shotgun approach that Mark Schauer and the Democrats use, where they don't know what's going to happen on the other end, you do a bullet-by-bullet approach, a conservative approach, where we can agree that things need fixed, like the pre-existing condition problem. I'm very sensitive to that because I have a son with a pre-existing condition. So we can fix that. We can come to a common understanding on that. And Republican ideas are pretty well known by now. Michigan's one of the examples where you do have Blue Cross Blue Shield that did cover pre-existing conditions. If you allow across state line competition, maybe people from the other states would come to Michigan and get their pre-existing condition coverage, and that those home states would say, you know what, maybe we should start covering this as well.
Thank you. Mr. Carlson.
It's this issue, along with so many more, that clearly indicate why it's so important that we change the leadership in the House of Representatives, that we retire Mark Schauer as the Obamacare apologist. House of Representatives initiates all spending bills for the government. Now, it's critical that if we are to not feed the beast, not implement Obamacare, that we take over the U.S. House of Representatives. That's the critical issue. That's why we must actively engage and support candidates who are determined to repeal and not implement Obamacare. It's a takeover, it's a simple takeover of our healthcare system, one of the best in the country. In fact, we cannot let that happen. We have to stand firm and say, no, we will repeal Obamacare, and if we can't get it done in 2010, we will change that administration and get it done in 2012.
Thank you. Folks, this is the last question in the compiled section, and then we'll go into part 3. This one will be answered first by Mr. Carlson, then Walberg, and then Rooney. Fiscal irresponsibility emerges each day as a more serious threat than ever before to our country's well-being. What is your position on what, if anything, are we as citizens entitled to, and why? Will you work to rein in spending of fiscally irresponsible legislators? Should or could fiscal sanity be instilled into the thinking habits of the American people again? Mr. Carlson.
Well, we have a fiscally irresponsible legislature right here in the 7th Congressional District. His name is Mark Schauer. I think that we have to rein in spending. To me, that's the most critical issue. I think it undergirds and is the biggest problem that we have that we face in this country today. Citizens, I don't believe, are entitled to anything from the government. The government is there to protect and serve the people in terms of providing opportunity. Again, as I said earlier, this is not a country of a guaranteed outcome. It's a country where we have opportunities. It's up to us as individuals to take those opportunities and make them work for us. We simply cannot continue to spend and continue to support inactivity or lethargy or unwillingness to work. For example, the 2 years of unemployment compensation has simply led to people waiting until those 2 years are over. That must end. We cannot sustain that. We can't afford it. We must put an end to that kind of entitlement.
Thank you.